Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 19 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. Just been mining for a while. A long while. You can see I spent some time mining down here. Yep, just a bit. Ooh, missed a piece of something or other. I want to pick up this redstone too because I've been low on that for a bit. But lots and lots of mining down here with my destruction catalyst and poking around with my divining rod trying to find some good diamonds. Did get a few, so that's cool. I'm going to head back to my main base here, but look how deep I was mining. Yeah, for a long time. But anyway, popping home. Let's drop off some of the goodies I got. Look at all the nice stuff I found. About a dozen diamonds, which will be very helpful going forward. And this is my second trip back to my main base. And if I open this guy up, you can see a lot of cobble and junk in there. You know what? Maybe I want to hang on to some of this stuff. But, yeah, whatever. Just pop it in there. And then aside from that, I've got some other goodies to put away. Yeah. I also went hunting. You can see I made a bow, and I've been storing some arrows on my character here. Went out hunting and killed some guys, got a couple zombie brains, had a lot of fun. And you can see a bunch of crystals coming from my quarry here. There has been some contention whether a quarry can mine crystals or not. Well, they're showing up in this chest, so I can only assume that yes, crystals can be mined by quarries there. Looks like it's raining outside. I'll probably want to pause and get rid of that rain, maybe wait for it to dissipate or something. But yeah, looks like crystals are showing up in my chest here, so I can only assume that, yeah, crystals can be picked up. We've got a bunch of copper and tin here, and wow, I'm doing pretty good on iron. Oh yeah, definitely doing pretty well on iron. And wow, this chest is filling up quickly too. A lot of marble. Must have hit some kind of marble generation thing down to the ground there. And how am I for diamonds? That's what I was looking at. Yeah, 20. So that was my second trip. I got about 8 the first time and 12 the second time down. So I'm pretty happy about that. It means I can get started on some of the stuff I'd like to work on pretty soon. Meanwhile, I was also researching some items. Let's get out my portable hole here. Dun 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 dun. I got all those researches done that I was looking at last episode. So remember I had a bunch of theories that I was holding off on researching? Well, I got them all. How cool is that? So let's take a look at what some of them are. First off, I got the Arcane Focus of Water. So it's another upgrade to the Arcane Focus thing. It has a much longer range than the default one. So that's kind of neat. So I'll put that up here, making sure I know I already did it. And then I got the Charm of Vigor, it's chipped on your person. It'll keep you fed and protect you from drowning. That's nice. I like that. Some raw fish and a golden apple. That's kind of neat. I like it. So let's put that away. Charm of Cleansing. Oh, cool. Poison. Fire. That's neat. I like it. Some pretty neat charms there that I got. Looks like I just have to keep them in my inventory too, not on my character. And then I got this new enchantment. Slowly repair themselves over time. That's pretty cool. Oh, directly out of the local aura though. So keep that in mind. If you're draining out of the local aura, that might be a problem. And remember I told you there's the upgrade to the boots of striding are the 7 league boots. So I need a vaporous crystal and a feather. More leaps and bounds. Holding shift while jumping reduces the jump height. So it looks like they're probably just a little bit faster and further jumping. So I'm definitely going to want to maybe put that over there to remember that I want to get it. A Relic Hunter enchant. When you slay a foe with a weapon bearing it. Oh, that's neat. It's an enchant that increases the chance for relics. Oh, wow. That's neat. I definitely want to check that out. And finally, I got the Arcane Focus of Fire. This guy has about the same range and spread of the regular Arcane Focus, but it'll consume low-value items to increase the efficiency of the bore. So it'll eat up your cobblestone and sand and that kind of stuff that you might not want. So a bunch of neat stuff there. And then I was researching a bunch of cobble. Looks like I got some fragments of lost knowledge. That's nice. And I did get some sugar canes last time I was running by. So let's get ourselves a bunch of books and try and research some of these fragments of lost knowledge here. So I got 5 of them from my last set of cobble that I did. Cool. Let's see if I get anything lucky. Stabilized Singularity. That's cool. Excited to get one of those. And Thaumium Crucible. Alright, another Crucible. And come on. Ooh, another Stabilized Singularity. How funny is that? And then a Traveling Trunk. Nice. I've been wanting one of those. Those guys are awesome. And note that you get a chance. So here I got a Stabilized Singularity Hard, and here I got a Stabilized Singularity Tricky. So I'm going to put this guy away. Don't need him. Don't need 2 stabilized singularities. The same thing happened with my Charm of Vigor, remember? So, cool. I got my traveling trunk. Yay, that guy's so neat. I'm going to research these guys, get the book out of there. I don't need to be wasting books on those researches. The traveling trunk is a cool guy. 8 pieces of wood surrounded by a soul fragment. This magical chest follows you around wherever you go. As long as you keep it fed, it should remain healthy and strong. It's a bit noisy, but hey, it's pretty cool. I like the traveling trunk. I will be making one of those very soon. But enough with Thaumcraft playing around. I think I'm going to go tidy up my inventory here, and I'll be back. Alright, got that a little bit neater. Now the stabilized singularity here, a stone slab arcane singularity in earth and crystal. This thing is a upgrade to your machines, and it increases the efficiency of any devices or thaumic creations it is attached to. Awesome. So for example, this little upgrade here should increase the efficiency of my infuser. And the same thing over here with my dark infuser. So any block that has one of these neat little slots here, the efficiency of the block can be increased. I wonder if I can upgrade my Beast condenser. That would be a good idea. So let's see, what's necessary for that guy again? Arcane Singularity, Earth and Crystal, and Stone Slab. I can handle that. Let's pop home and make a couple of those guys. And while I'm here, of course, I might as well grab some of the crystals that I've been collecting. Well, I'll get the earthen ones at least, because I'm going to need those. And then what did I want? Some stone slabs. Might be in my miscellaneous junk category. And I should have some arcane singularities hanging around as well. Nice. I'm going to stop by and do this. So a couple stone slabs in here, a couple earthen crystals, and a couple arcane singularities. Should hook me up. And I'm going to keep my arcane singularities and crystals in here. And I already checked out my traveling trunk, right? Good. I don't want to have anything on me that I can't use. Now I should be able to just take my things and just right click on this thing, and you should see that it's got now this little icon here indicating that we've gone ahead and placed our stabilized singularity inside the machine. So I guess you can't have 2 of them on there, so you can't have the same 2. Oh well. So I'm going to place the other one right here. So I'm guessing with efficiency increases there, you won't get, it won't cost as much to do what we're doing. Neat. And we've got some more depleted crystals to hang on to. And remember, I have that crystal recharger thing. I'll probably have to get around to making and using that in the future too. Cool. How'd this guy make out? Did I get my Thaumium Crucible? Alright, what's this thing do? Holds more Vis and is more efficient than the basic. And oh, it can't overflow, and any excess items remain inside until there's room to smelt them. Hey, that's even better than my the Crucible of Eyes. I just need a couple Thaumium ingots. Well, might as well make it, right? I'm going to run home and grab a couple pieces of iron. So let's see here. Gonna need some iron. Thaumium Crucible. Yep, that's all. Just 2 iron and the Crucible of Eyes. Alright, I can handle that. And I'm going to research all these discoveries that I've got in a minute here. I'll need a earthen crystal. Just going to use that because, you know, I've got a lot of them. Hey, there we go. 1 Thaumium ingot. 2 Thaumium ingots. And the Crucible of Eyes. Oh, look at that. I got these neat little green particle effect things going on. I guess that's because I upgraded it, huh? Alright. Thaumium Crucible. Even better than it was before. Now I won't be losing anything. And oh, look at that, dude. There's this little swirling vortex coolness going on here. That must also be because I upgraded the machine. I guess it adds little neat added particle effects when you add your upgrades in. That's so cool, man. I love that. I'm a sucker for eye candy. What can I say? Alright. Now I'm going to research away some of these charms. I'll be right back. Alright, looks like I lucked out. I got Fragments of Lost Knowledge, and then I got a Inert Carpet Theory. That sounds cool. I like the idea of that, but it's a difficulty of Torturous, which is only a 5% chance of success and a 12% chance of failure. I'm going to need some serious boosting ability to get that guy up, so I'm going to hold off on researching him. Got a couple other, this guy I already learned, and the Stabilized Singularity I already learned, so I'll probably just throw those items away. But I will throw some books in here and research my fragments of lost knowledge that I got, hoping to get something good. Ooh, the Sword of Zephyr. Nice. I really wanted one of those, too. And another Sword of Zephyr. Ooh, and I'm out of paper. I was wondering why the thing stopped. Well, that's moderate, and that's hard difficulty, so we'll get that out of there. Sword of Zephyr is awesome. I'll be back once I finish researching it. Dun da da da! Sword of Zephyr, enchanted wood, thaumium sword, and 3 vaporous crystals. Let's go make one. Alright. So here we go, right through here. Gonna need some more iron. I guess 2 of them, right? 2 iron. And since I happen to have some crystals on me, I think we should be good. And I should have enchanted wood back home too. So let's cook this stuff up. Should have enchanted wood here, right? Yeah. And some vaporous crystals. Alright, let's craft it. I probably just need to do something like this. Regular old stick. Plus thaumium ingots. Gets me a thaumium sword. And it's just vaporous crystals around it with 1 piece of enchanted wood underneath, huh? Awesome. Sword of Zephyr. See you later, Emerald Sword. Oh, how I missed you. The Sword of Zephyr is neat. It says that it's able to call upon the powers of wind and summon lightning, pull your enemies towards you, or even grant the power of flight. Ha ha ha. Let's go check it out, shall we? Oh yeah. Should be dark outside still, I think. Yeah. Alright. So, enemies, where are you at? I think if I right-click it, I zoop forward like that. It's like a little swooping ability. Pretty cool. And if I hold right-click on an enemy, probably not a good idea to do it on a creeper. But, yeah, fun, right? So I can pull them towards me with holding right-click. Pretty neat. I don't know how to summon lightning with it. But, sounds neat. Ooh, cool. Good zombies. Liking it already. Loving this sword. Haha, that's fun. See you later, Mr. Zombie. Not worried. Oh, skeletons. That's probably bad. I don't like them. I was really hoping to find some really good zombies around here. There's more skeletons I can deal. Hey, cool. Yeah, not sure how to summon lightning. I should probably check out the wiki or something. Ooh, there we go. Oh, cool. If you're attacking multiple enemies, lightning zips between them. That was neat. I guess that's what that means, right? Yeah, I'm getting hurt over here. Hey, died. Not cool. What killed me? Probably a skeleton I didn't see, or that dude right there. Looks like it's getting close to daytime. You guys go fight each other. I'll deal with whoever lives. Do I have any swords left? Alright, should have gotten most of my items back. I was having too much fun and not being safe. Bad Direwolf. Alright, let's get into our house here and organize our items and I'll be back. Alright, all cleaned up. I'm repairing my Sword of Zephyr, which apparently took a decent amount of damage out there. I'll research the discovery and then I'm gonna get some cobblestone going on. Ooh, another fragment. Neat. Alright guys, I think it's time to expand my house yet again. A new room, time to build some new stuff. I'll be back when it's ready. Ah, there we go. Nice, another 9x9 room. Gotta love these things. I know a few people think they're, you know, not pretty. I can't disagree. I'm not good at making pretty things. Maybe at some point I'll try again to make a nice pretty house somewhere, but for now it works out. Now, what do I want to build in this room? Well, yoink. This is going to be my equivalent exchange room. I did go find a bunch of diamonds after all. So right in the heart of this room is going to be my transmutation table. You can see there's a little bit of energy left in there from when I needed to get some redstone earlier. I'm going to go ahead and toss that away. Cool. And what should I do in this room? Well, first off, I'm going to need some diamonds. Unfortunately, I'm going to need a lot of diamonds. I'm going to need about 9 of them, possibly more. And let's see what kind of cool stuff we can make. I'm going to need also some of this stuff, and I think that's all I need. So if I take 9 diamonds in a crafting table, I get a block of diamond. And you guys will soon learn that Equivalent Exchange loves its blocks of diamonds. They're the component for a lot of things. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some glowstone. And if I put glowstone all along the sides of this block of diamond with some glass on top and a furnace, I will get my Mark I energy collector. Now remember, Equivalent Exchange is all about energy and matter. And Equivalent Exchange considers every piece of matter to have an inherent amount of energy. For example, cobblestone, which we learned earlier in a previous episode, has 1 EMC value. And an item like diamond or glowstone might have more. Glowstone in this case has 1,536. Cool. Good to know. And all different items have all different EMC values. It's pretty neat. And what the energy collector can do for us is start collecting energy. I know, crazy, right? If I place that guy right down there on the ground, you can see he's starting to collect energy. And it's solar energy he's collecting, any amount of light. I'm going to put a piece of glowstone on top of him to make sure that he's collecting as much energy as possible. That keeps it nice and bright there. If I had a piece of cobble or something right on top, he would be getting no light, and that would be bad. And this energy collector will store energy over time. So right now we've already earned about 100 EMC just by having that energy start to collect. And what we can do with that energy is upgrade our fuels from one fuel type to another. So I'm going to take some redstone, for example. Redstone is a pretty low-level fuel source, and if I pop it in there, you can see it stole a bunch of energy out of the block and got upgraded to gunpowder. There's several levels of energy and energy-type resources. Redstone and coal and glowstone, and gunpowder is one of them. It's one of the middle tier ones. And eventually this thing will work its way up to glowstone and glowstone dust and all this other cool stuff. And you can see this little progress bar working its way up. So anything we put over here on the left will get upgraded in this slot. And once it's done upgrading, it's going to be placed up here. And the items placed up here will zip right over there. So let's go ahead and put some more redstone in. I'm going to put 10 for now, and we'll see what happens. So once that occurs, it'll zoink, steal all that energy, and it turned the gunpowder into glowstone dust. And the redstone right now is getting upgraded. Pretty neat, right? And we're going to let this run for a while because it's going to eventually work its way all the way up to some of the more powerful fuel sources available. You've got Mobius fuel and Aeternalist fuel. Mobius fuel is pretty expensive, EMC value-wise, and Aeternalist fuel is the highest level of fuel available. Each one of these is equivalent to about 1 diamond's worth of EMC, but I'm going to need those for a bunch of different items in the future. Now, some people might be saying the energy collector is overpowered. It lets you get all these magic items just by collecting sunlight. Well, it's not the only thing that allows you to get stuff by collecting sunlight. And to be honest with you, like I said, I'm going to try and avoid transmuting too many items with my transmutation table. Now and again, I might exchange items, like if I have too much iron and want to get a couple pieces of gold, or vice versa. But I'm not going to, take all the energy I'm collecting in my energy collectors and convert it into a stack of diamonds or anything like that. I'm going to try and do my best to build some complicated machines that allow me to, do my stuff. And you can see every time we collect about 64 EMC here, we upgrade one piece of redstone to a piece of coal. Pretty awesome. So I'm going to let this guy run for a bit, and I'll be back. Now the next thing I want to start working on is another, unfortunately, bunch of diamonds required, but I've been putting this off far too long, and it's really time I start doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and take another block of diamond. Oh my, I'm doing another equivalent exchange thing, aren't I? Yes, I am, friends. If I put a bunch of obsidian around that block of diamond, and then a piece of glass on top, I get what's called an antimatter relay. Pretty neat device. The antimatter relay, and I'm going to place it right there, is pretty cool. What it's going to do is it's going to take items and burn them up. And so I just placed a piece of cobble in there. And the items are going to be converted directly into EMC. Now because I have the antimatter relay sitting right next to my collector, it's immediately being put into the collector and being used to upgrade my items. But if I were to not have it there, I could just put an item in there, and you can see it's now got 1 EMC, 2, 3, 4, and it'll quickly burn up items. It won't last, it won't burn things too quickly, this low-level version of the antimatter relay, but there are upgrades to both of these machines to make each of them run a little bit faster. But for now, I'm going to pick my antimatter relay back up, even though I just wasted about 17 EMC. Don't yell at me. And I'm going to attach this guy to my sorting system. I think I've got far too much scrap for the time being. And while it's nice having all this stuff here, I've got a little bit much of it, don't you think? Yeah, probably. So let's find our way out of here. If I start heading off in this direction, well, let's do this. Probably a good way to do it would be to dig through here. I'm going to dig under the ground for a minute, right about here. Remember, kids, don't dig straight down. Unless you know where you're going. Hey, there we go. Sweet. Found my way under. So right here is my antimatter relay. And I should be able to put items in the bottom of it without a problem. And what I'm going to do precisely is this. I'm going to probably take my Buildcraft wrench. Let's do that. I'm going to need it for a minute. Where's the wrench? Because I don't want items spilling all over the place while I do this. So I'm going to disable my quicksort module, take it out of there, so that items won't find their way in. And then I'm going to knock all these things off here. Cool. So I'm going to have an extra couple modules, not a big deal. There we go. I'm going to leave my recyclers down here, but I'm not going to have them connected to anything for the time being. What I am going to do is probably... right over to here is where that thing connects. Cool. Let's put here and I just heard my friend show back up. I'm going to take my stone transport pipe. Because this no longer needs to be a logistics, I'll put it off. And then here I'll put my logistics pipe. Not the chassis, the basic one. So remember, you need one at any intersections that you've got going on. And I'll place some stone transport pipes off in this direction. I might need to move this later depending on how it's going, but for now this will work. I'll run some stone transport pipes in this direction over here. And hopefully my antimatter relay will be able to keep up with all the stuff it's going to have going on. But I'm not too worried about it. And then right here is where I'm going to place one of my logistics chassis pipes. But I don't think I need a logistics 1 Mark II. I could go with a Mark 1 logistics. Why? Well, because I'm not pulling items out of it. Items are going in there to die, and they're never coming back. So no need to have a Mark II, because I'm not going to need an extractor. All I got to do is put a terminus module in there. And let's open up our backpack. Where's the diggers? I need some dirt and some sand as an example. And I'll put this in here. I'm going to need some gravel. I don't think I have any on me at the moment. Gravel, gravel, gravel. One of you. You know what? I should probably even go with marble and basalt. Yeah, definitely should do that. So let's do this. Putting this guy away in here. I can grab some marble. Might even want to grab a stack of it. So wrench with the terminus module again. I'm going to tell it any excess cobble, gravel, dirt, sand, marble, basalt, make your way over here. And this thing will burn through it pretty quickly, but like I said, not ridiculously. And then I can hook this thing back up. Let's see, I should have items sitting in here. Yes, I do. And if we give this guy a try, didn't want to do that, put our quicksort back on, should start pulling items out. Go ahead, quicksort. There it goes. And you'll see excess items make their way to where they need to go. So cobble went that way. Awesome, and dirt. And my antimatter relay is going to start burning up those items and converting them directly into pure energy. So it's basically destroying the items and converting them into energy, which will be used to upgrade more of my fuels. Awesome. So there you go. I'll be back in a few minutes once I'm ready to see how this is working out. And you can see some gunpowder being upgraded to glowstone here, and I'm guessing something along the line got upgraded to blaze powder. Cool. Antimatter relay, definitely not going to keep up with all this stuff. So I should probably... how do I want to handle this? Actually, this isn't going too badly. It's, I think it's doing alright. So I'll leave it be for now. Looks like we're about to bump our blaze powder with 768 pieces of energy up to glowstone. And I'm going to let it keep upgrading that glowstone. I want to see what comes next. I forget. Might be Mobius fuel. Oh, yes, it was Mobius fuel. Awesome. I want to teach that to my transmutation table because I might need it in the future to be able to switch between Mobius and Eternalis back and forth. Nope, don't want to relay it. Want to upgrade it again. And while I'm waiting for that guy to upgrade, it's going to take him a long time to go from Mobius to Eternalis. Trust me, a very long time. I'm going to go check on my bees. So let's see how my bees are doing. Off we go. Yeah, right through here. That sounds like pretty good to me. Get these guys out of here, and my modest drone. I said I was going to do something this episode, didn't I? Yeah, something along those lines. Nope. That's the one I want to go visit. Cool. So just one honeycomb out of this guy, and a couple here. I must have stopped by and picked them up while the bees were on their way to death. Not a big deal. Probably next cycle here, I'm going to stop collecting the basic drones and start to work on crossbreeding. Cool. Oh yeah, now I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to create a Beealyzer. There it is. Pretty neat device. Oh, but I can't just regularly craft it, can I? Oh, of course not. I'm going to have to work on something that'll help me craft that thing. It's not terribly hard, but it is going to require some work, so I'll be back. So I'm going to need more bronze because I have to make another one of those neat little forestry machines. So just cooked up a bunch of bronze there. Need to get a sturdy machine, as usual. And if I put bronze all along the sides of this guy, like this, and then place some glass on the top and bottom, I'll get myself a carpenter. The carpenter is a pretty interesting device. Let's head back to our beekeeping area and see what it's all about. What I'm debating, I don't think I want to place it in here. I think I want to put it up here somewhere. So let's get our portable hole and get inside real quick. There we go. Where should I place this thing? Where can I put some power lines running to it? Probably somewhere around here. Hang on a sec. Alright, I think I'm just going to place my carpenter right over here. Might not be a bad spot for him. Might move him later or something. And I'm going to run some power, and I'm going to also need a few other pipes here. So I'll be back when I've got everything I need, hopefully. As a matter of fact, I'm cutting off power to everything for a minute because I want to adjust a few things. Giving that guy a whack with the wrench will clear all the fuel out of this pipe. I want to rearrange this room just a little bit to make this easier on me. There we go. Now that that pipe's clear, I'm going to switch up where my liquid, fuel, and water go, I think. So let's try this out real quick. And this is one of those times where I'm kind of like going off the cuff, and I might need to think through exactly what I'm doing. Might make the room look a little nicer too. So let's deal with this right now. You're in my way. If I were to... do something like that. And that's why I wanted to cut the power off to the engines. I didn't want any problems here. Because you would have one, believe me. Real quick, do those engines burn up water? There we go. And I should be able to run this guy like so. Gonna need a few more of these. No, I don't want that to connect. Stop it. Alright, like I said, I'll be back in a sec, because this is one of those times where I've got to make sure I'm clear on what I'm doing. Alright, I think I've got a rough idea of what I'm doing at least. So, I'm rearranging the way these wires are run, and I'm running them down here. There we go, and I'm going to run them underneath this thing, like that. Probably going to need at least one more, but that's not a big deal. I'll get it in a minute. And then I've got my water coming up the front. I'm going to have my oil here running out the back. So if I get my liquid transport pipes, they're here. And like I said, I was going to clean this room up. Well, yep, here we go. So from here, I'm probably going to want to rearrange a few things out here. What is above my head? Oh, whoops. A little tricky to get around. Close quarters, right? But I should be able to adjust this thing a little bit. Hey. Leave me alone. I'm going to go sleep through the night. Much better. Daytime is good. So like I said, adjusting this just a little bit. Knock this thing off of here. And I'm losing a little bit of fuel in this process, but I'll live. There we go. Cool. And then we'll let this fuel dump out again. And here is where I'll just run like this. There we go. Now nothing should connect. And the room looks a little bit nicer as a result of that. Yeah, not bad at all, right? Yeah, I like that. Alright, let me clean it up. Oh, I also needed one more red alloy wiring. I'll be right back. There we go. Red alloy wire, like that. Cool. Not too shabby. Now I'm going to seal up the wall back there, too. Probably with the help of my portable hole. Oh yeah, look at this. Practically impossible to navigate this maze of tubing and pipes, but hey, that's when it gets fun, right? Yeah, that looks pretty good. And I'll clean up the rest a little bit off camera, but for now, functional. So that should make things easier, and there's a reason I did that. Let's pop back inside and I'll show you what it is. Okay, well I want to put my carpenter right here. And the carpenter happens to need some water. And I'm going to let this golden waterproof pipe system supply that water. Ta-da! Carpenter's getting filled up with water. He also needs power. Well, I've got a power pipe right back here. So no real sense in wasting, resources. Might as well keep things as close together as possible. There we go. Not bad. Not super elegant, but it works for now. So it needs power and it needs water in order to build stuff. And the first thing I'm going to build, now that I've finally cleaned up this room, it's been bothering me for a little bit the way it was laid out. Well, I'm going to need some more redstone. Yeah, let's go swing by and pick some up. Really got to get that logistics system going. Probably, maybe even next episode I'll do that. Or this one, maybe I'll start. We'll see. Save me from swinging back home to my base whenever I need to do anything. So the carpenter is what you need to build some things in forestry. It allows you to build some of the more advanced machines and advanced items that you need, and in this case we're building the Beealyzer. It works like an automatic crafting table where the first time you put the items in, it'll kind of store it, and then any excess items that go in will go ahead and be made going forward. But if you want to left click your items here, it'll start automatically running and making what you want. However, like I said, you do need power. So with some power going in there, we should be cool. And I'm going to probably want to make one of those power switch pipes real fast, just because I want to be able to cut the power to this thing when necessary. And maybe see if I can clean up the outside appearance of it. So there we go, power switch pipe, and another lever for the actual control of said power switch pipe. And I think power switch pipes can work on a corner, can't they? We'll find out. Yeah, they can. Cool. Hey, there we go. I got my Beealyzer. Nice. We can turn this guy off now. Don't need him there anymore. And like I said, might clean up that cabling in a bit. Cool. So everything should be running fine, and because we're going to keep this carpenter full of water most of the time, we shouldn't have any problems with our water surplus on our combustion engines. So let's swing outside and check out our bees and see what we can discover from our Beealyzer. There we go. So, how's my centrifuge doing? I should have some honey drops in there. Nice. And looks like my bees died again. So I'm going to get this Modest Princess and Modest Drone. And if I right-click on my Beealyzer, it's got this crazy complicated system all set up here. All I need to do is, I think, place my princess, maybe, in there with honey drop. Hey, cool. Look at that. And then it detects everything that you need to know about your bee. You can see what kind of species it is. We kind of knew it was a modest princess. The lifespan is short, so it doesn't live very long. It's a pretty slow worker, so it doesn't produce a lot of stuff. And it needs cacti nearby in order to produce. Its fertility is ×2, which is why we get in about 2 of these modest drones. You can also see that it has a pretty large area that it can have the cactus near, and it doesn't have any effects at the moment. But if we checked out under here, number 2, we can see the climate that it needs, the temperature tolerance, humidity tolerance, and all this cool stuff. If it's nocturnal, so this thing can work at night where the other ones can't, a couple cool things, and it's possible to produce this stuff. And the possible mutations we haven't discovered yet. Cool. And I did not mean to drop her on the ground. Sorry. And I'm guessing the same thing would be true of the drones, because they came from the same mother, you know? Cool. So, same basic deal here. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna swing over this direction. Nope. Come on. Hey. Behave. Oh, you know what? Probably shouldn't be using my sword to right-click on things. Unless I want to go flying through the walls. Let's put some items away for a minute. Alright, so here I stopped by and got my Meadows Princess. And if we, well, if I had a bee drop on me, that would be intelligent, but I don't. I put it in my chest for a minute. There we go. If we check that guy out, the Meadows Princess, I guess I should call it that girl, we'll discover it's Meadows. It's got a pretty short lifespan. It's the slowest of the producer of items. It requires flowers nearby and that kind of stuff. It doesn't really have much tolerance for temperature, so 0 tolerance there. It needs to be in a normal climate with normal humidity. I guess the jungle was too high of a humidity. But I guess if it had a temperature tolerance of 1, it would be alright living in a jungle, maybe, I guess, or something like that. I don't really know. Not nocturnal, so it needs to be daytime, and it produces all this cool stuff. So I just happen to know from previous experience... Nope. Wrong portal. I'll get the hang of these portals eventually, I promise. They're new to me. If we combine our Meadows Princess with a Forest Drone, we have a chance of getting a mutation. Now, the mutation chance is a little random. You can see we got a Meadows Queen, but we don't know too much about her yet. I do want to analyze my Forest Princess before I do anything. So again, some more details about that Forest Princess. Pretty cool. I'm going to put this guy right in here with a Meadows Drone. Maybe I need to... I don't know if I need to do this. I don't think I need to. But I'm going to analyze the Meadows Drone while I'm at it. You know. Just cause. So, Forest Princess and Meadows Drone. Again, chance for your mutation. We'll find out when this queen dies. So the queen will always be the primary that we got there. So it was a Forest Queen and a Meadows Queen that we put in there. So we'll always get that. And for this thing... I'm going to go ahead and do the Modest Princess with maybe a Meadows or a Forest Drone. I don't know. Let's analyze our Meadows Drone. And, you know, like I said, I don't know if I have to analyze them before I try and breed. I doubt very much that you do, but can't hurt to do it, right? It's just a little honey drop. So we'll let these guys go, and we'll get a Modest Princess for sure, but then when it dies, we need to analyze the offspring and see what kind of cool stuff we get. So I'll leave these things in here and put these bees away. And they're all purebreds, so that's cool. Alright, I'll be back in a few. Now I think it's time to get a logistics system going a little bit. So I'm waiting for those bees to die. I do want to check in on my equivalent exchange room and see what kind of luck we've had. But for the time being, I'm working on some stone gears, up to iron gears, up to gold gears. We're going to need a pair of gold gears, and if we combine those with a basic logistics pipe, and Remember, basic logistics pipes are upgradable through a lot of recipes. We can get our request logistics pipe. Cool. And I'm going to put it in the wall right here. Now remember, we're going to be at an intersection again, so we're going to need another basic sitting right here. So let's knock this guy off. He can fall, that's alright. And there we go. I've now got an intersection with the logistics, and I've got the request logistics pipe. Awesome. And if I right click on this, you'll see there's no items listed. Why is that? Well, the request logistics pipe can talk to any area on the network, the whole logistics network, provided that it's either a automatic crafting table with a crafting pipe, or if there's a pipe attached called this guy, the provider pipe. The provider pipe, which is a basic pipe with a glowstone dust on top, will provide items to a logistics network when requested. So right now we've got a logistics chassis network going on, which is basically more passive. It'll, items will show up and they'll find their way to where they need to go. But the requester pipe, in tandem with the provider pipe, is more active. You have to specifically request an item, and the provider pipe will be sure to provide it for you. Now, in the latest and greatest version of logistics pipes, the provider pipe is not the only one available. We've also got the provider module. Awesome. It's going to need a gold gear up top, so it's pretty expensive, and I'm going to need, 6 of them. Oh my, that's a lot. So I'm going to grab, what I'm probably going to need is about a stack worth of iron and gold. Not quite as many, but close. And get to crafting, and I'll be back when I've got about 6 of these. Alright, so as you guys can see, I grabbed some more paper from my reed farm out there. That thing's turning out pretty handy, huh? I'm getting some more blank modules. That'll be enough for now. I only need 6 of them or so. I've got a few extra. Store my excess paper and gold nuggets in there. Ran into some spiders while I was out there running around. Alright, so I need a bunch of lappies too. So let's get a stack of that. And my provider modules here are a golden gear, some blank modules, and the redstone in that little triangle formation at the bottom that we're used to by now. And the lapis. And that'll give us the provider module. Cool. So that's the reason that I made my chassis pipes underneath this system Tech 2 chassis pipes, or chassis pipes. The basic gist there was I knew I was going to eventually need a module to provide items. Cool. So now I can just upgrade these guys by throwing the provider module in. Just go ahead and place this guy like so. And there's no options. Items to provide. Oh yeah, there are options. And we're going to put this mode on, well, this one I don't think we need to do anything with. What's in here? There's a bunch of items. Yeah. I'm going to leave it on leave first stack mode. Now the leave first stack mode, or no, leave 1 item per stack. That's what I want. Basically what this means is that when it requests items, if it sees a full stack, it's only going to tell the player that it sees 63 instead of 64. It'll leave 1 item per stack. And this makes more sense probably on this chest, where I'm putting the provider module in. And again, I'm putting it on leave 1 item per stack. And it's going to provide all the items. And that is right here. So I don't want it to take all the cobble out of the stack. I want to leave 1 piece of cobble there so that I don't lose that little setting that means, like, you know, cobble has to go there. So I'm going to upgrade all these guys right now real quick and do the same thing. Leave 1 item per stack. So leave 1 item per stack. This one, same deal. This one. And finally this guy. Cool. Now my provider pipes will go ahead and tell my provider system here will go ahead and tell my requester pipe what's available. Hey, how cool is that? So you can see I've got a bunch of items in my network, and I have access to them all right here. So you can see all the items that are available in my chests. How cool is that? And if I wanted to grab a few pieces of iron, all I got to do is punch in the number I want. 10 pieces of iron, please, and hit request. And it'll pull the items out and send them right up here and spit them out the pipe. Cool. Loving it. Alright, so let's put these things away, and the blank modules, I don't know if you know where they go. Probably not. And I took all my gold out, so it doesn't know what to do with that either. That's fine. over here, manually sorting when you didn't tell your system where to put things. Cool. I'm liking it so far, right? And how is my antimatter relay doing? Oh yeah, he's got a lot of junk he's trying to cook through. Even had some cobblestone land in this right slot, which really it shouldn't have. This slot here is for your Klein Star. The Klein Star is kind of like a battery. I showed you guys batteries in Industrial Craft. Well, it's kind of a battery for EMC. And I'll get to it. It's just an expensive item. And ooh, look, I got some Eternalist fuel. Nice. I want to go ahead and teach that to my transmutation table. Learned. You can see it's worth 8,192 EMC, which is the same as a diamond. So if I wanted to, I could transmute this Eternalist fuel to a diamond. I would just need a Klein Star to kind of act as a buffer in between. But, yep, we've got all the fuels for the most part here. Cool. And I should be able to convert this guy directly if I want to Mobius fuel. So I could get 4 of them. Or I could burn up my Mobius fuel and convert it all to an Eternalist fuel. So that's what equivalent exchange is all about. Equivalently exchanging your items one for the other. Cool. So what can we use Eternalist fuel for? Well, it can power my destruction catalyst. That thing uses a lot of energy. And it can also be used to create a couple different cool items like dark matter. It needs 8 Eternalist fuel and 1 block of diamond. And boy oh boy did I let this episode run long. It's already 45 minutes in, so I better wrap this thing up. So this is Direwolf20 signing off on episode 19 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Swing by next time for episode 20. Remember, I've got a new world download coming out for you guys, so you can check it out and play around in this world. And then hopefully I'll get to some other cool builds and some more interesting things. So take it easy, everybody.